Hello, hello, hello. It's been a while since I've seen you guys. It has been at least 5 weeks. I know this because I've been on tour. I have gone to Washington, D.C. I have gone to Orlando, which isn't that impressive because that's only like an hour away. I have gone to New Hampshire. I have gone to San Antonio. I've gone to Ocala. And I am back. I am back to do Kickstarter, really cool stuff. It's going to be fun. Brian's here saying Travis is back home. Yes, I am back home to Florida. Though, as you know, my home away from home is New Hampshire. But I just celebrated my birthday. I am officially old as fuck. That is the age that is on my birth certificate. It's what it says right there. But we're going to have a good time tonight. If you are watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Facebook, make sure you leave a comment. We see Brian's there. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Follow me. I have got 9 great creators that want to show us what they've got. I don't know what people are doing. I've been paying attention. I've just been doing my own shit. So we're going to talk to all of them. We're going to try to raise them some money. Guys, I drove someone to the airport at 4 a.m. this morning, so I'm tired. So if you guys could just give them the money so I don't have to yell at people or do the follow, it'd make it way easier for me. That would be really great. So without further ado, we're going to get some people on here. We're going to do them in the order that I like them. Let's see. Madeline. I like Madeline better than everybody else. Hi, Madeline. How are you?
Hi.
I just want the men to know where they stand in our relationship. My wife talks about you all the time. She's like, is Madeline at this con? I was like, no, she doesn't go to many cons, or she does, but they're mostly on the other side of the state.
This year I'm primarily stuck since we moved like 8 months ago, pretty much staying on the West Coast, and hopefully next year maybe looking at Dragon Con, see if I can get in there, and we'll see. I do like to get out to the East Coast every once in a while, but I can't do it every year.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, let's see who else we got here. We've got I have a bedtime Rob Maltari. How are you, Rob?
I'm good. And by the way, both of you have stories in this book that we're going to be promoting tonight.
So we don't need the other people, is what you're saying. They can just stay there. Like that song, and nothing else matters.
In the end.
Brian says, Rob.
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Hi, tired. I'm Austin. Austin says he's a writer. Come on, Austin.
Sounds like a comedian to me. Sounds like a comedian.
All right, let's see. We got Henri here. I like Henri. How are you, Henri?
Hey, it's better to be, what am I, third?
Top 4? You want to be at the top?
I'm the one with the polka dot chest.
How are you? How's life in Chicago?
Everything's great. I'm on the other end of fighting a really nasty virus, so I've spent the last couple days in bed, but I'm finally out back in the world and glad to be here tonight.
I was going to say, every time I see you, you're in the same spot on the screen.
Yes, I've been using AI to generate a healthier looking version of myself, and it hasn't been doing a very good job. I have 6 fingers, but today I have 5 fingers, so it's me.
By the way, for the record of people behind, I do like everyone equally. Don't get sad. I see their sad faces behind. And Braden's in Canada, so he's already trying to get health care because it's free, trying to get some mental health care to resolve it. But next, I got to bring Sebastian up because he lives locally. Hi, Sebastian.
I expect it to be last.
I understand that, but Fred's here, so Fred's here.
I knew he was good for something.
I'm gonna give Fred a real big complex, and then I'm gonna say I'm gonna say nice things about him and confuse him all night. It's pretty great.
That is your way.
That is my way. I don't want anybody getting cocky. I don't want anybody getting cocky.
You maintain a balance.
You're gonna be the next villain in his book, and
right. He's a rewrite.
Contradictor.
I've got two. What do I got? I like Scott. Scott, how are you?
Oh, sweet. Nice. I was seriously thinking I was going to be dead last.
Everybody's like,
going
I'm
around.
gonna be last.
I was like, this is an East Coast bias thing, except for I think Madeline lives on the West Coast. But whatever I have to tell myself in the head,
Yeah, if someone's not tired on these things, we don't show them respect.
Yeah, I respect you guys staying up as late as you do. I mean, it's only 7 for me, so I'm just like,
That's
I
easy
do
for
it
us.
when my kid goes to bed. I try to do 9:30, but it's hard. Sometimes he fights me. Like today, he went to bed at 9:17. So I could have made the 9:30, but who knows? I'm gonna bring on Braden next. Braden,
Wow.
you're left coast Canada, right?
West Coast? Yeah.
West Coast. Sorry.
Yeah,
Left
yeah,
coast.
yeah.
I was looking at
You said
that.
left
I had-
coast, and I had to process that. Like, have I been doing the directions wrong? Is this American?
No, just from the map in my head, it's on the left.
It's on the left. Tight. 100%.
Just don't turn it upside down, right?
Right. But you're West Coast, right?
Yeah, West Coast.
Who else do I got? We got Grant. How are you? Oh, Grant sitting up, showing me, taking me seriously tonight. Respect that.
Man, guess what?
What?
I got funded like 3 minutes ago.
Let's go.
Yay!
Yeah, you don't need us,
W's.
Grant. You don't need us. We're
Boom.
we're useless to you.
It's the same bedtime for Grant too. We're both in Pittsburgh area ish.
Yeah.
I'm East Coast too. So is Sebastian. So is it Fred.
But you're closer to the equator. It doesn't count.
That's the way it works.
Madeline,
You
the
have
sun is
nice
still
weather.
over-
We have crap weather all the time.
It's still
Madeline, the
snowing.
sun was
Time
still
zone.
by you.
I'm sorry.
It's 9 p.m.
it's
7
9?
here.
Yeah, so the sun's is the sun still out by you?
Yeah, a little bit. It's going down right now.
it was a tough day though. I think it was 68 degrees.
It was chillier. I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so it was a little chillier.
And we've
I'm
had
in San Diego.
thunderstorms
It's-
for like how many days now?
I love San Diego. San Diego's great.
Yeah,
This
we
is
have
going to
perfect
make
weather
for
all the
some
time.
must stream content right here. Here's a bunch
That's
of
right.
creators that are old enough that we get together and talk about the weather and the time. Two of us go to bed.
Yeah, how that weather
And-
affects our joints.
I look
Yeah.
at we got Oscar here though. So we have our one person of color. Thank you, Oscar, for appearing. We appreciate that.
Yeah, like you're talking about West Coast, East Coast. Like I don't know what's that about. Like, yeah, someone said something like living near the equator, and I'm actually closer to the equator than all of you. So, yeah.
All right, last but obviously least, Fred.
Orson Welles once said that the greatest introduction in cinema history was Harry Lime because they talked to him for about an hour before he showed up. So thank you for talking about me, albeit negatively. So thank you, Travis. I appreciate that.
Fred, I said I'll have some positive things to say about you. I'm not sure if it's going to be today or another day, but like
Right.
one day it's going to be.
My funeral, perhaps. Like you'll do the eulogy.
I think I'll be busy that day, but I mean, like another day.
He said it's going to be some of his best creative writing is the compliment. he came up with.
I mean, it may not beat Austin's good writing here. Hi, Tyler. But it'll be up there. Gerald wants to know who people are, and I was told I had to watch this by West. Well, I would normally do an introduction, but we've got people's bedtimes. We got things going on, so we're just going to go straight in the show. I'm going to go big for a second and just explain to everybody what it is. All right. For those who haven't watched this, which I'm sure you have because you've found it through my social media, here's the way it's going to work. I'm going to talk about their stuff. We're going to bring it up on screen. They're going to talk very fast about it. I'm going to tell you to give them some money. If you give them money, we can move on very fast and everything can go to bed. If not, we're going to be here a bit. So it's really up to you. But if you don't give them money, I yell at you. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So let's not do it. Let's just talk about these cool projects, go through them, have a good time. Everyone's going to be happy. It's all going to be good. We're going to love you. Brad Chip is here saying, howdy, y'all. Howdy, Brad. All right. So, bedtime boy first. Got to get him first. Bedtime boy. Where is bedtime boy? There's Rob. All right, Rob. We're going to bring you up first. We're going to tell us about your project. Give us a couple like good pointers of what you want to see, and I'll write you down on a piece of paper. We'll try to get you some money. Call it a day.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
It is loading. My internet is slow today.
It got up at 4 too.
It got up at 4 too. Oh, we're on our way to funding here too. Look at that.
Oh, so close. So close. But
All
yet
right,
so
what's
far.
going on?
Yeah. So this is the Volume 1 trade paperback collected edition of Snowpaw. It collects the first 4 issues and also extended editions written by 2 of our esteemed colleagues here above me in the order here, as well as 2 other great guest writers. The story is about a young woman who is born in the 19th century Scotland on a failing farm. Her father betroths her to a rich man's son. During the engagement party, a high-class werewolf discovers that her existence and follows her back to her family farm, where they attack and trigger her first transformation.
Ooh.
Blushy.
I love this. I love this green trade, by the way. I love the trade dress.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I designed that myself, actually. Instead of hiring somebody else to do it, I said, I'm going to be cheap.
I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Madeline, is this your first time you've gotten to write one of these? Or did you write
No.
one?
She was also in the first volume of Night.
I asked Madeline, Rob.
Wow. Fine.
No, I wrote something for the first volume for Rob. It's a lot of fun playing in other people's sandboxes.
Well, I've written it twice, so I mean, I just wanted
This
to
will
make
be
sure.
your third,
that's-
Travis.
Oh, that's true. Not if it doesn't fund. If they don't give you the money, you could.
I mean,
you
it's
could
already
box me out.
done. The art's already done. I don't know.
You don't show me the art.
I'll share it with you later.
Whatever.
It was one of
Oh,
those
yeah,
things where it's like, we need to get this done so I can go live.
Yeah, when you get a chance, Rob, I'd love to see the art. I mean,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
at your convenience.
But yeah, so essentially, like I said, Madeline has played in both Nightwolf and Snowpaw, and so is Travis. I kind of forced Madeline out of her wheelhouse with like the first volume of Nightwolf. This one kind of is a little bit more in, I feel, time period piece, it was a little bit more into her wheelhouse.
That's fine.
Whereas Travis, he's just been writing the same characters the whole 3 times.
Yeah, someone bought the character one time, and it's my job apparently. All right, so we're gonna share this out. We are at 162 backers. I'm not gonna worry about money tonight because I'm tired, but we are gonna make sure that number increases. To do that, you have to give money. Isn't that neat? Like, it works out really nice. Oh, Gerald says really nice design, and Gerald is a good designer, so that is a way bigger compliment than me saying it.
Hey, for real, I mean, Gerald's art is gorgeous, and I'm thankful to have one of his covers for Nightwolf number 10.
Brian says I'll co-yell, and Sonia says, "Hey guys, hey Sonia." All right, let's see. Sorry, they switched the buttons back here, so I'm trying to figure out how to share it out. Hold on. Share here. I think we're good. It did not go to my Facebook. All right. Hold on.
Well, it did.
We're going to have to mute you guys.
It went to your Travis Gig.
It went to
comic.
my not my personal. It'll be, give me a second. I'm going to mute for just a second.
It's on Travis Gibbo 1's page, I think.
That's why he muted. He's going to start cussing.
This is why I was last.
I'm working on it. The internet's slow.
Likely story.
So how many different versions are there, Rob? Is it just like the one, like collected, like
You mean that in this particular one?
In this campaign, yeah.
Yeah, the soft cover drawn or painted actually rather by Mog Park, and then the hardcover designed by myself.
Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love Mog stuff. So
All right.
that's cool.
Wait, I don't see the creator of Kobo Trick. Wait, do I see the creator of Kobo Trick? Okay. All right, I'm back. So that is Snowpaw. I have just shared it out to all the places. So all you do is you click the little button, and it's going to go from 162 to a higher number. And the higher number that is, the happier Rob is, the happier I am. Everybody's happier. It brings a happier time. Okay. All right. Next up on our tour, our 3-hour tour, we're going to have Braden here. Braden was the first to send his link.
Tight.
What's that?
Thank you. Is it tight?
He's saying young people words.
Oh, indubitably.
It's not even a young person word anymore. Young person words are gibberish.
So,
Fair.
what is this, Braden?
Well, Travis, in my fledgling comic career,
Okay.
I begged you to write a book for me, and this is that. This is Kodiak. So this is a one shot set in the Rook City universe. So set in the city that Haven and Sketch are from. And this is your story, your characters that you came up with, and we got my guy from that did Sketch Night, Victor Silva, to kind of bring it to life. And I think it's really dope story. Yeah.
So a couple of things that I'm hearing here, and Rob, pay attention. You can hire me for more than 5 pages at a time.
Yes. In fact, you can hire for the whole book process, ladies and gentlemen. Is this a Travis give app? I'll do it. I'll chill.
I wasn't aware that you could do that, Rob. Were you aware that you could do that, Rob?
I mean, you've already scripted out, didn't you? Like have like a whole full issue or two.
I did, Rob. Yes, you do have a full script.
I do. I have. Look, Travis has full scripts done for me. I just haven't had the money to put those into play.
Sorry, I had to mock.
Of course.
My boy Rob here.
As long as it's not coming from me, I'm happy.
But so Braden, let me pitch it a little bit. So Braden, has
please.
a wonderful series called Rook City. It's a universe. It's a whole universe of superheroes, much like the Summit universe, much like the Image universe, Marvel. This is his. He's created 2 characters in it. He's had 2 other creators create one. I'm not in liberty to say the other one, but I will say this one. Kodiak is a character that I created. Kodiak is it's a one shot about a father and daughter team. The father is kind of retired and the daughter has started crime fighting. He is not a big fan of that because he's a grumpy old man, much like the man who created it. I feel I did this, with Braden inspired. Braden's a young, up and coming creator who's going to survive a long time, and I'm on my way out. And I'm showing maybe there's some blood in me.
100%. I love that.
Beautiful story.
I'm gonna clip this and use this for promotional ads now.
You could use that for your Kickstarter video.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But
Get all right on it.
We are at 52 followers. He's going to launch very soon. I think he said tonight, but I think he wants to get a few more followers, which I think is not a bad plan. So you guys can help get it launched faster by going. It's at 52 now. I've shared it up to all the places. Go ahead and just click on that button, and it'll be great.
What's your goal for the launch number?
Like no hard, hoping for 100, happy with 80, kind of thing. So yeah, we'll see where it is. But yeah, hopefully, like it's up higher and we launch kind of next Tuesday.
So it's all going to be good. What Matthew McCready's here. Hey folks, got you all in the background while working on new album stuff and having to bump your numbers up. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank you.
I call him McCready, but his name is Matt. What do you call him, Sebastian? You call him McCready, right?
Yeah, we all call him Greedy.
Yeah. He doesn't. He doesn't deserve a first name. What has he done that's got him a first name?
Thanks to John Carpenter, McCready's much cooler to go by anyway.
All right, next. And Madeline, before I bring this up, I have something to say, and I'm sure Henri, because Henri pays attention to this like I do. It was so effing cool to see your name on an image book in previews.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Oh my God. So
and
cool.
actually, the book looks really, really great. I loved it.
Oh
such
yeah,
a
for
collection.
for those of you who don't know, the mystery book that had my name on it, I wrote a series for Lady Mechanica and worked with Joe and Marcia, his co-writer. And I had thought there were other guest writers before me because they'd been talking about it to me that there were other guest writers. And then all of a sudden I discovered I was their first guest writer. So I guess maybe some of the other people they talked to kind of fell by the wayside. I have no idea. But we got it done. It took about 2 years or a little more to get it all done. But
Say you were wrapping it up when you were working on my short.
yeah, we were doing the final dialogue pass on it. And May 6th, I'm doing my first signing here locally at Omega Frog comic book store for Lady Mechanica, the Mechanical Menagerie #1. So that's pretty exciting.
Congratulations.
You just gave me a whole complex there, though, Madeline. Like, Omega Frog sounds really cool. But then it has frog, and if you follow comics, you can't like frogs, and because of one faction. But I'm super excited for you. I was so stoked for you. You deserve it, and we're very proud of you.
2 years is pretty quick for a Lady Mechanica book. You set the bar.
Was it a more than one issue that you did? Like how many
Yeah,
issues did it take?
It's a 4-issue miniseries.
Nice.
So it started out as a 3-issue. They said, we're going to do 3 issues. I said, okay. And they said, well, no, we want to do 4. And I went like, okay. So yeah, it took a long time, but it looks gorgeous. And they were, like I said, they were an absolute joy to work with. I did a little interview that's going to go on the back of the digital copies of part 2, which is issues 3 and 4 from the Kickstarter. And that's how I found out I was the first guest writer. They never told me.
That's awesome.
It's interesting. I actually had I had dinner with Joe at Dragon Con last year.
Oh, good.
And he spoke very highly of working with you. He really enjoyed the process and everything. So you've made a fan out of him for sure.
Well, I mean, when you're working on somebody's IP, one, it's not your IP.
Right.
And you have to respect that. And no one knows those characters better than Joe and Marcia.
Right.
So, there are many things that I would defer on them and some things that I was hard and fast on. Yeah, we would have a conversation and I would usually win that. But
did it take 2 years?
I'm sorry.
Did it take 2 years because of the art, or was there a lot of back and forth? Like, what was the delay exactly?
It was the art. I had finished all 4 issues like 2.5, 3 years ago, something like that. And then it just, they had production slowdowns because of I guess the artist from the previous one. Anyway, it was production issues that I had nothing to do with. So, yeah, I think when working on anybody else's IP, the important thing is to check your ego at the door.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what ego? I mean, it was like a dream working with you both times that you have worked on my stuff. So,
well, yeah, because it's just, I mean, for me, it's great because I get to be creative and write the script and hand it off to you. And I don't have to deal with production. It's like, it's your problem, not mine.
Yeah, Scott, just to show an example, she is on volume 3 here. She does not mess around when she's putting stuff together.
Yeah.
She's a Kickstarter staple.
Yeah, we are launching Boston Metaphysical Society Volume 3, which is the complete 4-issue series of Mystery at Pikes Peak on May 12th. It includes a brand new 11-page story with art by Roberta Ingranata and pinup art that you haven't seen before and lots of fun stuff. There, you want to get in early because if you know me, I have fabulous early bird specials. And once those go away, they go away. So you really want to jump on right at the beginning of the campaign to get in on those. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of cool stuff. And of course, this is back to back right after coming off of Morgana,
Right.
which we finished, a couple months ago. And yeah, for those of you who are not familiar, the overall story is about an ex-Pinkerton detective, a spirit photographer, and a genius scientist who battled supernatural forces in late 1800s Boston. Though, since we're on volume 3, we have brought on a new team member, Alma Bryant, who joined Caitlin, Samuel, and Granville.
And anybody who knows that area knows about Pikes Peak. So,
yeah.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to show them how it works, Madeline. Look, see what we do here is it's 188 and we click the button, you see, and then it goes up to 191 because you guys have already kicked ass. But that's all you do. You don't, it's really
so easy. It's so easy. You just click the button.
Just click
the button.
Click the button. And secret, guys, for those who are doing Kickstarters, I'm going to give a little Kickstarter secret if you guys pay attention. You can now message followers for the first time, which is very, very cool. So you could do an update. Rob's like, what? Yeah, you could do an update, and it can. One of the options is followers. So you can do that update, and it'll just target your followers. So that's a great little Kickstarter strategy to try to get those followers to convert into backers. So make sure you use that strategy to try to help stuff. But if you do it too much, I'm going to get mad at you because it'll mess up the follower system. Who knew that besides me?
I did not know that. Thank you.
Talking about.
Giving you educations right here.
Absolutely.
I don't normally give my good stuff with Fred around, but I'll do it today.
Travis, careful. If you give too much advice, I might leave here a better person. You want
Right.
the opposite.
I don't. You're right. I don't want that. You are correct. All right. We're gonna do. There's one issue that I have to address before I move on. Henri,
Yes.
when you were talking about to Madeline, you said you had dinner with the publisher of the other book.
Oh no, I had Joe Benitez.
Yeah. So what you're saying is when we had dinner, it meant nothing because you just do it all the time at cons. It's just anyone.
Sometimes he has dinner alone.
Yeah, I have dinner alone sometimes too. It's one of those things.
Also expensive. You could be hanging out with me and my wife, but that's fine.
Actually, I really enjoyed hanging out with you and your wife. That was a lot of fun. That was a good time.
So someone else who's a big deal here. Issue 11. What are we talking about? You can't go past issue 10. This is Indie Comics. You're supposed to get issue 1 and then say you're working on 2 for like 10 years. What is happening?
So I've been working on Yisun Shin now for 17 years. And it's a trilogy of books. So we've broken up into 3 story arcs. Each arc is 4 issues. So we're now on the 3rd and final arc and the 3rd issue of that. So we got that now that book's done, we're now working on the final book, and that completes the entire story. And we're now back on Kickstarter to fund the print costs for the latest issue, and we're revealing a new character for this book. And one of our stretch goals is if we hit $6,000 by the end of this campaign, our funding goal is $5,000. Right now we're 42% funded. So if we can hit $6,000 by the end of this campaign, we got a special story that will be released, and it is written by our new series editor, Chuck Pino, who I know you're familiar with, and a lot of people here are familiar with Chuck. But
I don't like him, but yeah.
Yes. But we got all kinds of awesome rewards here. You can get original art. We got all the books, all the single issues, which we're actually we're singling out our single issues as weird as that sounds, but we're basically doing final runs. I want to sell through everything I have from our single issue so that we can start reprinting softcover trades. So this is a perfect time to jump on this because you may not be able to get those A cover books again after we sell through everything. And I tend to sell through stuff pretty quickly. Like our first issue of East Chin is now seeing 11 printings, and it will get one final printing next year. So that'll be 12 printings for our first issue. And every other book has seen multiple printings too. So we're getting out of the single issue game.
What I also want to point out about this is the one that brought you over to the country, right? It was on banners and stuff, correct?
Yeah. This is cool. So I've been to Korea multiple times, but it had been like 10 years since I got invited back. And it's weird because it's like, once you get in the spotlight in Korea, you're there for like 15 seconds, and then they kind of like are like, okay, you're old news, so we're gonna cycle you through. And I just take whatever I get, and I'm like happy with it. So it was cool. I got a free trip to Busan last year, and they like showcased our books and everything, and we went to this big banquet, and they had the artwork blown up over there. So that was really cool, and I got to meet some really like awesome people and do some really cool networking like outside of comics and stuff. So, I'm always so used to being in the comic scene and like networking with people in our field. It was kind of interesting to get perspectives from people outside of comics too, and just see what they're doing and how they go about, building their businesses and all that stuff.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So we're at 56. So all you got to do is give Henri money.
Yeah.
It's not hard. Just back the book. It's got 11 issues, and he hasn't given up yet. So like, somebody's got to be reading it. And he said 11th print run.
Yeah, 11th print run on the first issue, and then it'll get one more print run, and that's it. So
some of these people are buying it, so you should buy it too. Figure out if you like it. Don't give 6,000 though, because then Chuck will write something, and we can't allow that. So, like $599 is fine. $5,999 is fine.
Yes, if we hit that, that's not enough to unlock that stretch goal.
Right.
Very strict about that, hitting that final figure.
Right. You can give him PayPal money or Venmo to buy the book. Just we got to keep the Kickstarter under Chuck. Because he'll get cocky. We can't allow Chuck to get cocky. But we're at 56. I've just shared the link out. It's not hard. Just click the button and give the money. It's, again, barely an inconvenience. Like what? Like gas is super cheap right now. So like everything's gonna be gas prices are unaffected by Canada, right? Because you guys didn't piss off anybody in our
they're so high. They're so high. We measure it differently, so I don't, because you guys measure in gallons, right? I think
right, like
2 liters. Our liter is like 180 right now, so whatever that is in gallons.
We're Americans. We don't know that.
3 liters is so 4 liters is a gallon. So 4 liters is a gallon. So that's it's about the same price as what we're paying here. About $4 $5.
Yeah, it's $4 here.
Yeah.
Of course, I go over to Ohio.
San Diego's like 5 1/4.
Jesus.
Yeah, we're at 409. We're in Florida, so we get a little cheaper. But
somehow Ohio gets it like 30 cents cheaper than Pennsylvania, and I'm only 5 minutes from the border, so I will drive it.
All right, so next up, we have another follow campaign. Oh, we've got Sean here. Hey, Sean, back some books. I agree, Sean. They should back some books. Sean will be on the show next week. I'm measuring gas in pints as how many pints of blood I donate to everyone. And Brad says 323 for gas. All right. So the next one up, we lost somebody. Who we lose?
We lost Henri.
Those gas prices really stressed him out. I understand, Henri. You're making the right call. He wants to get back. Okay.
Maybe he has a bed.
All right.
There he is.
Close out the window for a minute. Sorry about that.
All right. I don't know why I'm having problems, but we've got this weird looking book from Oscar. Oscar's going a little sexy here. What's going on here, Oscar?
Yeah. I'm launching what I've been calling an erotic horror slasher universe.
Okay.
And this is the first book. Yeah. So this book is about this teenager that goes to his house. He wasn't supposed to be there, and he witnesses the murder of his parents by a beautiful and really weird assassin. And then he grows up, and he needs to figure out why she did that. Like, he's going to revisit some trauma, meet some new people, and hopefully discover what drove her to kill his parents in this way. And when I was like, the idea of this came from, like, I know about a slasher and like how does a slasher killer look like, and I always found myself seeing like ugly, monstrous men. So I thought, like, how would society react if we had a female serial killer who's also conventionally beautiful? Would they believe the victims? Would they underestimate the killer? And I tried to address all of that in this book as well. So I had this idea of like a self-contained story, but as I started like developing everything, I thought, why don't I add more female serial killers, and then start doing like a reason, and why is this world like, why are there so much female serial killers in this world? So yeah, I thought like I wanted to do this idea of interconnected stories. So this is number one, and then I'm doing like, this is going to be 5 issues, it's going to end, then I'm going to do like another mini series with another serial killer, and eventually they will meet up, and the plot is going to take us in different directions, following what is driving these people to act this way. So yeah, I'm really excited. Like I like to lean in this like sexy, weird aspect. Like I love this kind of erotic horror book that talk about like sex, but in a way of why sometimes we are afraid of what we like. So I started seeing a lot of important themes to be discussed. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. Like I love slashers, and this was my way of doing a serial killer universe.
I love the artwork. It looks really, really good. Especially that cover is really dynamite.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just read the preview. It's really cool. It almost reminds me of like when I was a kid and I used to stay up like late and watch like Cinemax and like Tales from the Crypt and stuff. It's kind of like they mashed up together a bit. Very neat.
Thank you.
What was that one on USA after like wrestling with a silk stocking?
I assume in Oscars country, what happened was Max would go into Freddy Krueger, and it would just play at the same time. It had all the Skinamax, the past 11 o'clock, and this is what happened to Oscar. So one of the things I want to point out about this, because I talked to Oscar a lot, is this is his first campaign that he can do by himself, because he's not in the country. So that's a big deal. So I really want to give him a lot of support on that, because it's a really big deal to be able to do it yourself. He's done several books, but he's always had to do it under other creators' names. So this goes into his bank account. He can fill it himself, or however he wants to do it. I think it's a great opportunity. He's been working really hard to get a visa to work in America, and he's been, Ringo nominated like in 12 categories last year. So if you've never read an Oscar book, now is the time. So all you do, just like Madeline's, it's at 56 Falls, you click the button and it gets bigger. Look, see, it got the It wasn't hard. These things are not hard.
Now you just need 9 more to make it just right for the series.
Yeah, then everyone stopped like I need to start like, if someone joins, then someone needs to leave. So
right.
All
right.
I'm still caught on his little tagline of we're going to revisit some trauma, meet some new people. Like that's like the greatest family vacation description ever. Revisit some trauma, meet some new people, find out why sexy people murdered mom and dad. That's a great weekend.
All right. So next up, because I want to get through these before Rob has to go to bed. So we got to hurry.
You have 19 minutes.
I'm working on it, buddy. I'm working on it. So
she was irritated that because this is like my 3rd one this week. She's like,
so what is this, Sebastian? What is this about?
That's a bug.
Okay.
That is the at the moment the greatest pride and hugest stress of my life. as part of the shared Summit universe, that is the Cobalt Cricket. And
Okay.
we've had, 4 successful campaigns, and each one makes me more stressed that I'm going to be the first one to fuck it up. And I don't need that kind of pressure, because Travis will send me instantly. I'll know this before my campaign even ends. I'll get a text from Travis that says, "Dude, you were the first one to fuck it up." But
I've never been part of a failed campaign. I just want to point that out. So
so good. So this can be on you, and you can put my stress at ease. Cobalt Cricket is the typical story of a boy who gets hit over the head with a canister of illegal medical experimentation that's got some alien DNA in it, like it does, and it knocks him on the head, leaves him in a undeveloped lot. We don't have abandoned areas in Florida; they're all just undeveloped. So he ends up in an undeveloped lot where the stuff merges his DNA with that of a cricket, like happens. And he, I'm not singing the theme song. I wrote it. I don't remember it. So he gets all the powers and abilities of the cricket. And if that sounds underwhelming to you, that's because it is. And but he decides, hey, I have these abilities. I'm going to protect my city, the fictional city of Carl's Bay in the fictional Moline County, Florida, because I may not be able to make comics with my late friend, but he's coming with me regardless, and he's not in a position to tell me no now. So he's an environmental studies major and a bicycle messenger, and he ends up fighting more and more ridiculous. It's I always liked the 70s and the 80s kind of stuff. So, and my artist, my co-creator, The Wind Beneath My Wings, Elias Gambit Melendez, no matter how stupid an idea I give this man, he makes it look so good. One of the villains in this issue is a man who gets merged with the DNA of a lion by one mad scientist. A lot of mad scientists in Carl's Bay, Florida. But another mad scientist decides there's no lions in Florida. This makes no sense. So to make him a better fit for fighting an environmental science major in the middle of Florida, she further mutates him into a lionfish man, because lionfish is an invasive species that is a threat to Florida's environment, and she thinks that makes him a better fit, because that's the way mad scientists operate. They just science for the science. They don't care about good, bad, or consequences. And
I don't want to cure cancer. I want dinosaurs.
That panel is like, I lie in bed touching a picture of that panel like Wolverine from the X-Men. This is the vibe I'm going for. It is exactly that. I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn people into dinosaurs. Oh, you can't make a lion as a bad guy in Florida. We don't have them. Make him a lionfish. It's logical. It makes sense. And by placing him in Florida, that gives me a good excuse to, trick Travis into letting his upheaval character come and play with the Cobalt Cricket, because they're like neighbors. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
We're State Farm. I'm like a good neighbor. Yeah, people's there.
Yeah.
All right, so like that, we're at 68. One more gets to the funny number, so everybody likes that. If you get past that,
that's my goal. 60.
And up here, Summit. We're going to talk about a little bit more, but lots of cool Summit stuff. I just got these in today. So like Summit.
So look at all that pressure.
Look at all that pressure. All right.
Disappointed you didn't mention Sand.
Looks actually from your photos,
God.
those look great.
Dude, these covers came out so good. These came out so good.
Yeah, they look really good. I really like the noir. That one looks really awesome.
So next up, we're talking about weird science and things. Let's talk about the League of Cryptids.
Yeah, that's my
You're
comment.
weird.
Let's make sure I'm not muted. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're good. This
So, yeah, we got funded about 3 minutes before the show started. League of Cryptids is basically the idea is that cryptids are ancient aliens who were sent here by a league of planets to help humans develop and protect the Earth from outside forces. In this particular storyline, they are fighting an alien invasion that looks a lot like the Loveland Frogmen, which is a cryptid from Loveland, Ohio.
Okay.
They have any cyber parts?
How many
Cyber
issues
parts?
is this?
No, just making a joke about frogs.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even get it. I appreciate it though.
Thank you. It's a low-level comedy we do over here in San Diego.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. Do you have any frogs that are cyber?
I do not.
Okay.
Good.
This book is safe, ladies and gentlemen. It has no frogs that are cyber.
I'm
So
marking
this
my.
is issue number 4, and this is the last issue in the miniseries.
Okay.
Nice.
And this wraps everything up.
Yeah.
All right. So we are at 136. Though he just hit funding gold, guys, we need to give him some more backers because you need a little bit of wiggle room because people
Very true.
are mean and they do not give the money that they promise. So we need a little bit.
Yeah, you need a little buffer.
So, and he's got 3 days to go, but we're going to share this out. We're going to get Grant. We've supported Grant in the past. Grant has been is an ongoing guest of this show.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Out. No, you're always welcome, good sir.
Thank you for helping me out.
You had me sold at no cyber frogs and cryptids. So those are my criteria.
And actually, Grant has
that makes
put out some really great books. You know, and I really loved. What was it?
Way to sell it.
No, I know I'm doing a terrible job of selling it. It's The Virus.
It's great books. I don't remember any of them, but they're great. They're great.
Beowulf.
No, Beowulf. There we go. Beowulf was so much fun. I love that book. It was.
Well, thank you.
fantastic. Yes,
Thank
I really loved it.
I got you, Grant.
Yeah,
All right.
thanks, Rob. Thank you.
You're welcome.
They gotta have all you guys help me sell these books.
So one of my favorite books on Kickstarter is Fisticuff. I think he does a great job. He's a great storyteller. His issue 1 is very, very powerful. Tell us what we're doing here, Fred.
Bring on the blossom.
I will, Sebastian. Fisticuffs is the story of a functional drunk whose comfortable life derails when a one-night stand has deadly consequences. It is. It has the sense of humor of The Boys with the explosive action of Invincible with the deeply personal drama of something like The Crow. It is over-the-top storytelling and absurdist humor mixed with my own, deeply personal story about trauma, addiction, and things of that nature, and dysfunction. So it's a really personal story, and like Sebastian was alluding to, it's at times very absurd, right? This is book 4 is the most absurd that we have been. If we will be a little spoilery, this story deals with an individual who develops a power of sorts, and he makes a half-hearted attempt to utilize them for the good of others that doesn't quite go his way. And he kind of swears that off for good. But in this issue, we kind of have a situation where he doesn't have the time to overthink, and he kind of processes in real time when he's met face-to-face with, as Sebastian alluded to, his greatest villain, the giant blooming onion that's known as the Blossom. So we have all kinds of amazing stuff.
I'm so jealous.
I know Sebastian and I have, been musing about this for a while. He really loves that that character, and I'm equally jealous because I love Sandtrap. So there we are. But so yeah, Fisticuffs is back with book 4. We're going to be launching in May. I haven't decided if it's going to be the 12th or the 19th yet, but I will be announcing that next week in our newsletter and our updates. And I think my dog's trying to help my arm right now. That's not cool, buddy.
But look what just happened.
Yes,
you're at 100.
Hey guys, thank you.
You can stop whining on the internet. I'm just a whisper away from 100. I am just a dick hair away from 100, or whatever the hell you've been saying. You were there.
Yeah, I know. I look. This is what we talked about before the show started. I agree with you, Travis. I hate me too. So, and Parker agrees. See, so, but yeah, no, that's amazing, guys. Thank you. I'm happy that we rallied today. But so yeah,
it actually looks really good. I followed. I'm going to back your campaign for sure.
Honor, if you haven't backed it, it is. I'm not bullshitting.
Really
it's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I really like the artwork. It looks really good, and I love the title. I love the concept. This is totally up my alley.
Travis likes to point out when I'm with him, and he's very true. It is very much like Preacher and that type of thing. It's kind of a throwback to the '90s style, but like I said, trying to bring in a little bit more of like a personal slant, and if we can, maybe help some people, right, and spare them some of the bad shit that happened to me, which will, that's coming in 5 and 6, but we're not there yet. For now, let's just enjoy the Blossom, because that's going to be some fun shit. And like Madeline too, we're going to really try to make the first 72 hours, like an event. We're going to do an exclusive, an exclusive cover, a variant of a variant that will only be available for the first 72 hours. We're going to do all kinds of discounted bundles so you guys can catch up if you haven't been part of it yet. And Sebastian, when I saw him in person this Sunday, I showed him a friend of ours is working on 3D printing a little Blossom figure, and we may have those as something for the early birds, that back out. So trying to, as Travis would say, really level up for this campaign and do a better job. So
you just talked about swag. You may need to educate yourself on what I like and what I don't like.
Travis would say, "Comics make comics."
I know. I edited myself on the plushie. I was going to do a Blossom plushie, but I stopped.
I'm totally going to pledge for one of the 3D printed Blossoms. Don't tell Travis.
All right, we're going to get Scott up. I skipped Scott, and we've got bedtime for Rob. We can all talk when Rob goes to bed, when he's sleeping with sugar plums in his head. All right, Scott.
All right, there I am.
So
this is second shift.
What's
that?
Is this the Trade of the Crossover or no?
No. This is second shift Dragon Skull Part 1 and 2. So second shift, it's minimum wage superheroes, and but at this point in this storyline specifically, a childhood friend / rival comes back into town, and when she does, trouble seems to follow her, and so yeah. And then I decided to do a cheesecake cover because I don't do cheesecake covers. That's my best attempt.
It's really good. Maybe you should do it more often. I'm just saying.
Well, my other characters just are very not. It's right. Like when I think of their personalities, I don't think cheesecake, but with this specific character, I do. So I was like, I'll throw my hat in for at least the cover, see how that goes. So.
All right, you got the backers, but so there's a major crossover here, guys, too, that has like all your favorite 90s, and do you know about this book, Sebastian?
I do not.
The crossover Travis is talking about is Second Shift Doorways, and if you scroll up a little bit, I was even in Megaton Man there, Megaton Man Multi-Mentions, and I was able to. So the team faces off against a villain named Dr. Doorway. And so he has the ability to open up doorways into different dimensions. And each dimension that they go into is a different creator-owned superhero universe. So we got a lot of permission from a lot of different creators like Don Simpson, just tons and tons of people. Don being like the biggest one. We actually even got Grendel.
I think Eric Larson's bigger than that, and Grendel's bigger.
I did not get Eric. I would
Oh, I
love to
thought you
get
did
Eric.
Sam. You didn't get
No, he is the one on my list because he's like one of my favorite creators. Like I was huge on Savage Dragon, and
Sam.
I still collect it to this day. But I think like the 2012 to 2017 is like unrivaled as far as superhero titles go. Like because he was taking that character everywhere. Like it was a romance comic, it was a sci-fi character, it was a grounded hero. So he was just doing so much with it. I was like, this is killer. And then you go and find like Invincible was kind of like the frame, or Savage Dragon was the framework for Invincible. Kirkman loved Savage Dragon as well. And so like going and reading both titles, like you really see the parallels of like what Kirkman took from Eric. And it was like, this is crazy. He kind of like lifted stuff, but just kind of modded it. And like, you know, whatever, you're doing archetypes and stuff. So it's like, it's whatever. I don't care about that. But yeah, just to see the parallels to that stuff. And so I kind of do that with my titles as well. So I like to take elements of the stuff I grew up with, you know, super into. Yeah. So there we go.
He's got goddamn Fire Breather.
Yeah.
Sebastian.
Fire Breather
Fire
was
Breather.
awesome. Sergeant Kabuki Man, Brett Booth's Lost Serpent Prince characters were really awesome. Panda Khan, Fox Boy, Trekker, E-Man, one of the oldest creator-owned superheroes
Johnny
around.
Raygun.
Johnny Raygun, freaking awesome. Rich Woodall did a variant for me, and Johnny Raygun is one of my favorite indie characters. So yeah, we have a bunch of variants and stuff like that. So that was the storyline I did previously. And then, so this is wrapping up the next storyline.
Yeah, I need to tell Sebastian because he's a mark for the old stuff like me.
Oh yeah, I friggin'
I'm over
I
here
love all
thinking,
that old
where
stuff.
have you been all my life?
Yeah, Sergeant Kabuki,
is
man.
at 33 backers. We're gonna try to get some more. I have 2 minutes, Scott, but we're gonna go back to you. I promise to give you more time.
Right
Because
on.
I've got to show mine, and we've got to get him to bed because he gets so sleepy. He's so sleepy. It's not his fault. All right, I got 1 minute to pitch mine. Ready? Summit Comics Upheaval number 1 and 2 is live on Kickstarter. 162 backers right now. This is the second one of Upheaval. Used to be an Orange Cone production. It is now switched over to Summit Universe. This is the continuing of that story. I'm very excited. As you see, I have a giant character in the middle with a chipmunk's head. That character's name is Mascot. He's like Punisher in Orlando, you know, hence why he does those things. Lots of cool heroes and villains. Lots of big fighting and action. If you like that stuff, you're going to love this. Look at that cover. It's beautiful. So I got some great covers here. It's a good book. You should give it money. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Say, did I pitch it well? Did I get it done in time?
You even said thank you at the end. I like that.
I even said thank you. So
Is
if
that
you
just
want
a
to,
buzzer that went off too?
yeah, it's a buzzer. It was a time buzzer for the 11 o'clock hour for bedtime for my boy Rob. Rob,
Yes, sir.
you got to give me 2 seconds.
I know, like, hey, you have until I'm sure that you'll hear a ding from my phone saying, "Get your butt in here."
You'll get that. We need to make sure that you hit your numbers. Hold on. It's trying to add extra things when I post it in the group. Sorry. You guys have that on Facebook when you
Travis, I'm picking up Upheaval. I want to get the first 2 issues, so I just did that right now. I'm excited.
Oh, I
about
appreciate
it.
that. All right. So
And Rob,
let's
I
move on.
gotta jump in on Snowpaw too.
All right. So let's look at Rob real quick. Rob was at 162 backers and he was crying because he was so close to funding. And he's like, Madeline, I promised Madeline a story and we haven't unlocked it yet. See, it's bedtime. It's just screaming at me. It's like bedtime for Rob. So Madeline was sad. And then he said, I got to do 5 pages. I was sad because the only person who lets me do a full issue is people in Canada. Because, you know, they got free healthcare. They can afford me. So, Rob, let's see if we beat 162. Let's see if I can mark you off your list. Ready? Drum roll, please. 165. We've got that's 3 backers. 166.
Yeah,
It's
he
going
just
up.
got one more. He just got one more.
Yay!
Look at that. We're not funded yet, but I think we'll be funded by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, hopefully, God willing.
That would be lovely. though I'm happy with the turnout so far. This is beating out the last trade, which was Nightwolf Volume 2. So, in comparison to day twos, I'm well ahead. So, I'm very happy. I'm very thankful for everybody out there and all the Wolfpack members.
All right. Rob, go to bed. I don't want your wife to hate me.
Fair enough.
Bye, Rob.
Night, everybody.
Rob. Nice seeing you, bud.
You too.
All right. So I apologize. Every time I do a show, the dryer's on. I don't know why, and it buzzes. It wasn't really an alarm for Rob. That is called theater. But we're going to go over everybody's campaign, see if we can mark some people off. I got a message from Braden saying that the power is out. He's going to try to come on, so we'll hold off his till a little bit. Next up, and by the way, guys, a private message from Rob to all you guys. Make sure you hit him up on that if that's something you're interested in. But next up, we got Boston Metaphysical Society. We were at 188 when we started, Madeline. Let's see where we're at now for this pre-launch. You didn't even have to spend money, guys. You guys probably didn't mess us up. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to share Rob's out one more time before we do that, Madeline. Just to give him one more shot. Rob's campaign is about werewolves. The werewolves are white and Scottish in this one and not black in his other one. This one takes place in the past. I think I pitched it perfectly. Anybody who knows Snowpaw knows that it's perfect. The fact that no one laughs means that I did not do well on my humor there.
I chuckled.
All right, Boston Metaphysical Society. You're at 1. You got 10 followers, Madeline.
That's great. Thank you, everybody.
But Madeline, let's share it. Let's talk about it again. Let's see if we can get you to 200. I think there's 2 more people out in the universe who want to follow this. Can you tell people what it is one more time?
One more time. Boston Metaphysical Society Volume 3 is a compilation of all 4 issues of Mystery at Pikes Peak. Also includes a brand new story that's exclusive to the trade with art by Roberta Ingranata. And we have pinup art and some other fun stuff that people haven't seen. And it's really important to get in on those first 72 hours for the early bird specials because they pretty much rock and you get more than your money's worth. Plus you get a great story with great art. I had 2 artists on the project, Elizabeth McKedza and Daniela Rivera. They did a great job.
Super simple. We did not get them in that quick pitch, but I'm sure they're coming. There's a delay, so we will get them quickly. And Sebastian, I'm going to teach you a lesson here.
Uh-oh.
See all the stuff that she added? Look at all the pretty things underneath instead of just that little small section. You too can do that.
Well, I'm not able to, but I could.
We'll help you out, brother. We'll get you there.
Real quick, I was going to say, Madeline, I read Volume 1 a little while back. It was really great. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We've got I'm digging it. I'll throw in my follow. Look at that. Good, good, good. That's all we ask right now. She'll sell you. It's a good book. So, Madeline, you can hang out. You can take off. That's up to you. But you are done for the evening.
Thank you. I'll hang in there for about 10 more minutes.
All right. Sounds good. All right. My boy, Henri. Again, 11 printing of this book. He got to go to Korea to show this book. He's wearing the T-shirt of this book. How much more of a shill can he be for this book? He brings a katana to cons.
Yeah.
Let's see where you're at. You were at 56.
Work here.
You were at 56. Let's see what happened. Hold on. I think your thing's messed up. It is messed up. Hold on.
I'm hearing the little drum roll in my head, and it's just.
I
going.
closed the window. That's what happened. You're not supposed to do that. So you were at 156. Let's see if anybody was like, "Hey, I like that Henri. I think he's got a good jib. And look at you. You got 4 backers tonight, good sir.
That's great.
I love it. That's great. Fantastic. Thank you guys. I appreciate it very much. For those of you guys who I don't think I gave the actual pitch for Isenshin, but it's basically a Korean admiral that fought the Japanese samurai when they invaded Korea in the 1500s. He was outnumbered 10-1, and he never lost a battle. So if you're a fan of 300, Last Samurai, Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yote, all that kind of samurai stuff, Shogun, this all takes place in relatively that same era. And we use, Western style comic book storytelling in order to bring you a really unique take on this this history. And I worked with David Anthony Kraft, who did a lot of stuff at Marvel back in the day. He was my co-writer on the series. Stan Lee wrote the foreword to our book. And we have been doing this for 17 years, seen multiple printings on all of our books. We're back at it again on Kickstarter. This is our 8th campaign. We always deliver on our campaigns. So everybody that has backed me has always received their stuff and will continue to receive their stuff. I take that very seriously. And if you message me or have any questions during the course of the campaign, I will directly respond to you, as I'm sure everybody here will. But I take that side of it very seriously. So, yeah.
I'm excited for that John Cena cameo that I saw there.
Oh yeah, so no, it was cool. If you noticed the John Cena thing in that picture, someone was wearing my shirt in the John Cena photo.
Did you
Not
just
John
grab a
Cena.
random stranger though? Do you know that person or no?
I do know that person.
Okay, all right.
I just wanted to make it look like it was
from the internet.
Did you see some picture of someone? No, it was actually one of my like super fans came to see me at Fan Expo New Orleans, and he brought his kids with, and his kids are big fans of mine. So they went and met John Cena, and they took a picture with him, and he was wearing the Isenshin shirt. So I was like, why not use it in the campaign?
Nice.
Yeah.
John Cena's got like a little bit of Korean in him. He's got like a 1.2% Korean in him. So it's,
He speaks Chinese now too, which is interesting. But
does he actually speak Chinese?
well,
Yeah,
he
he does.
apologized in Chinese, so he had to learn.
Yeah, he learned it actually because they do. I think WWE when he was there, they do a lot of business, so it made sense for him to learn it. And it's a good business strategy. And then he's in a bunch of cameos in the panels of the pages. You just
can't see him.
Yeah.
Why did I close your window too? God darn it. It was too sexy.
Was it all my jokes? They're like, these aren't landed.
Oscar's was too sexy, so I shut.
Scott, you just beat me to it. I was thinking the same thing.
Nice.
All right, Oscar. Let's see where you're at. You were at 56. You're making Fred's dog mad. You are now at 62, so you've got a few followers there. Congrats on that.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, this is
So make
the-
sure if you want to picture it one more time.
Yeah. So this is like the start of a new erotic slasher horror universe. So if you like stories like, well, all the slasher horror, or if you like the serial killer stuffs, if you like erotica, sexy books, this one is about this teenager who witnesses his parents' murder at the hands of this gorgeous yet weak assassin. And 20 years pass, he's grown, he's allegedly overcome the trauma, but there's this new survivor that emerges, and he's going to question everything and hopefully figure out why this killer murdered his parents. And this started as a standalone story, just as my love for slashers. I wanted to try this new slasher that was going to be like a conventionally beautiful female killer, and how society will react to her existence. And then as I went on, I thought of why wouldn't I create more serial killers? Like there's going to be, she's the red serial killer, then there's going to be a blue one, there's going to be a green one. Every one of them will have their own mini-series where they will develop their own stories, and then they will cross over. And I am working on this universe of characters and stories, and it all has to do with their identities, who they are, and yeah, it's been really fun. So if you want to check it out, this is the best moment because it's just starting.
Nice. All right. Well, you're at 62. I'm going to mark you off my list.
Thank you.
Just taken care of.
I'm really looking forward to your book, man. It looks really, really good.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited. I'm working my ass off to make it the best it can be. So
I think it's going to be great. Good luck to you.
thank you so much.
So, Henri doesn't lie, so you should be fine.
I never
I lie all the time, but Henri does not lie. I was looking through. Henri, you got another one. You're at 60.
I did. Yeah, I'm really happy about that. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate it. What a wonderful night. Thank you all.
Snow par's going up. What's going on here? I can't find anybody. I'm going to go to Fisticuff next, just because that's the next one I can find. It's not the next one. It's supposed to be Cobalt Cricket, but I closed that window. So, oh, no, I got it. Hold on, Sebastian. Don't lose your tits. They're nice.
I've been trying to cut back.
So you were at 68 last time we talked. Tried to get you one more to get you to 69. Let's refresh this and see what we've done. Damn it. I'm sorry. You've got to 72.
I was born in 72, so we'll go with that.
You're that old? God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Old as fuck. Sit down, kid.
You got to learn today. All right. Tell us why Cobalt Cricket is the most talked about character in the Summit universe.
People like the color blue. It's just he's goofy. He's nostalgic, and he doesn't look. A lot of the Summit characters look badass.
Right.
Nobody will ever describe, even in his first appearance in Pinnacle to come out, he ends up talking as the villain makes fun of him, and he says, "Yeah, I get it. Cowards. What does he say? Criminals will never be cowardly or superstitious enough to fear me." All right, he knows he's not Batman, but I don't know. People like an underdog and an underdog in primary colors. What's your
plan to launch? When are you launching? We've asked that about the other people.
The theory is it's going to launch on the 29th of this month, on the 29th of April, and it is going to run until May 28th because that's my birthday, and I'm just going to tell people that, you know what I want for my birthday this year? Back my damn book. So
I'm doing the same exact thing, dude. That's
I don't disappoint Travis.
Good strategy.
I use the trick on Tuesday. It's fine. Yeah, I feel you.
I know.
Does it actually work?
It got me a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they would have backed anyways. So but they made it. I think they waited until my birthday, so it did backfire a little bit.
A card, so it's nice. And then Fred and I have been talking, and Fred, I did talk to Mikey, the artist on my Cat 5 comics that I do from my own, and Mikey really wants me to start drawing again, so he insists I do a layout. But Fred and I are mulling over the idea of a crossover print with our boys, and facing off against a giant appetizer. And I'm thinking that maybe just for Fred, since he loves him so much, I may have them fight squaring off against a giant appetizer and the golf course that walks like a man, because I know you just want Sand Trap in there. So that's if you care about sentient golf courses and sentient appetizers, boy, have we got something for you.
I think one of the most absurd villains and like one of the most absurd heroes kind of clashing. I feel like Cobalt Cricket and the Blossom were meant for each other.
Beautiful thing. You may even want the dialogue you were trying to think for. You may want to have them going, "I really picked a horrible time to stop drinking." Teaming up with a bug against a golf course and an appetizer.
I like it.
You may need that drink.
All right. Let's get to Grant, though. Let's see what Grant was at 136. Let's see if anybody gave Grant money. He's did we get anybody give you money, Grant? Let's see. Looks like at least a little bit of money. Let's refresh and see if we can get you some more money.
I did.
You got
Yes,
a little
thank
bit,
you.
Grant, but go ahead and pitch it again. See if we can get some more money.
Yeah, so League of Cryptids is a fun little comic book. It's got elements of sci-fi, elements of real life mysteries, like do cryptids exist? And if they do, what are they? In this particular storyline, they're taking on an alien invasion. But it turns out that that's actually kind of a smokescreen for another villain. So, yeah, if you guys check out issue number 4, I think you'll like it.
Nice. And you got two great creators right here on their YouTube channels, Green Archer Comics and Finish Line Comics. So those are two great people who are endorsing you. I like how your frogs have no private parts. That's nice.
Yes, we wanted it to not be X-rated.
See,
Who did
the
that
exact
cover?
opposite of where the way Oscar's going with his.
Yeah.
So
Who did the
I
frog
get to work-
cover? It looks very like Mike Allred like.
Which one?
Yeah,
Yeah, the jumping one, that one.
So his name is Carlos Ramos.
Cool. I like that one.
Yeah, I like
some,
it too.
They need some boobs and dongs on that.
Right, boobs and dongs. It'll sell more
I'll
on
keep that
Kickstarter.
in
That's what I hear.
On Kickstarter for sure.
All right, Fisticuffs. We got you to 100. I don't know what the fuck more you want, but we'll look at it again. Yeah.
I'm gonna call it a night, guys. Thank you for having me
Night,
on the
Grant.
show.
You gonna leave
Grant.
some out of them?
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right, bye.
good night, guys.
Take care.
Grant got his money and ran. Can't say
Oh,
that about
Madeline,
Madeline. She didn't get any money, so I can't say that. That's all right. What am I looking at here? Fisticuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Fisticuffs. I actually got to give. So you are at 102. So you're even beyond 100 now.
I can
Now I
stop
guess you
annoying
want
people.
like 115, 120. What do you want?
Oh, I don't know. I think you're right. I need to stop doing that. Like, hey, I'm just yeah. Okay. Advice heard, sir. Thank you. But guys, thank you for the support today. This is my first time in like triple digits on followers or anything, so it's nice. I appreciate it very much.
Staniak is a great artist too. You know, I'm doing the artwork on the interiors.
Yeah, he
Yep.
does the interiors.
Oh, that's great. I love Stan's artwork. Yeah, he's great. He did some variant covers for me, and it's Travis. He's worked with you too, and
Yep, of course. Yeah.
done a lot of stuff. Stan's great artist.
Yeah, he one of the best things that ever happened to me was finding him. He was just perfect for the story. Right sense of humor, right everything.
Look at these Kirby crackles, though. Look at that.
I know. I love that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's our homage, obviously, and if we do well, we're going to do some. We might do some fun things like some stretch goal holofoil or something neat.
And
that's-
you decided to go kiss. You were like, hey, last time you had an overweight fairy. Let's get you a little bit on the sexy side.
That was Kiss was more like let's try it my way, and I was like, sure, I trust you. So yeah, you put your and that's like the best thing, right? It's like when you put your faith in artists and stuff, like they surprise you, and they usually you were talking about working with Stan. He's great. He delivers exactly what you want, and the times that he does deviate, it's like such an upgrade, and like he's the best. He's the best. But thank you guys for turning out, and I hope you guys all show up for the campaign too, because book 4 is effing nuts.
Nice. That's nice. Well, I got to see you 4. I got to talk to you about 3 because we haven't had a chance to talk about it, so we're gonna have to talk about it.
Yes, please.
Second shift, Scott. I want to tell you, ever since the first time you're on my show. I love your enthusiasm about comics. I love your passion about it. You're like Sebastian and I, and Fred as well. Actually, Henri, everyone here, like you have such a passion for the old school stuff, and like anyone who really loves comics, I love. So I want you to know, like, I legitimately love you tremendously, because if you really love this, not just trying to make a movie, right? Not just making your comic to try to trick me into your concept to be a movie, and you go, I read Spawn when I was a kid. I was like, okay, kid. Good
Yeah,
for
a
you.
lot of us did.
Lots of people did, buddy. Lots of people. But when you're
Yeah.
telling me about, Grendel and how much it meant to you, or early Eric Larson, or you're someone like me who is really excited I got hardcover Teloses, like that's exciting to people like us, So I want
Yeah,
to tell
I
you how much
love
I mean.
yeah, being someone that grew up, I was born in 80, but I'm a 90s comics kid, basically, the start of Image, all that. So I love that time so much. And like hearing older people shit on those books really bugged me. And then you get older and you're like, I see what they're talking about. I see what they're
Right.
talking about, but there's still something there, and so I try to do that with my books. And it's like, hey, I love that style, but I like, some modern stuff as well. So it's kind of like merging those elements but bring in solid storytelling that people can follow, and better writing, like explain stuff beyond interviews, so it's just merging all of those worlds and like the modern sensibilities of comic books. And that's kind of like the Claremont X-Men. Like I was big on that stuff growing up too. So just kind of merging all of that stuff into one is what the Second Shift universe is. So that's my drive for that title, is kind of like, instead of building other titles to try to explore different genres, much like Savage Dragon did, it's just like, I kind of want to do it all in this title. And this Kickstarter also actually includes the next trade, so which is the cover right there. So you can, if you've been following along, getting the single issues, you can get part 2 of Dragon Skull. But if you have the other issues already, or you don't have them and you want to just jump to the trades, you can. So I actually have 3 trades. It's very 90s, my number ordering. It doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. I have a volume 0, I have a volume 1, and a volume 2. So the third trade is volume 2. So yeah,
they don't do that in trades.
Yeah, I'm the first. And it's mainly because volume 0 is actually 6 through 10. Okay. But I was a pro wrestler and I jumped straight back into comics. And so the first trade is essentially my first works into comics. Right. And it's very indie. It's very raw. There's a lot of awesome stuff in there, but there's a lot of stuff I would change and fix. And I don't find it's the best entry into my world. And I find that 6 through 10 is, and it reads just like a volume 1. So I decided, I'm going to put my best foot forward. I redid the lettering. I did some rewriting, and then I rebranded the second trade as a volume 0. So when I'm at shows, I go, hey, I recommend volume 0, because they see 1. They like automatically ignore anything else because they see a number 1. And I'm like, actually I prefer people to read 0. This is a place to start. And they'll go, oh, okay. And so I find it to be a better, example of what the world is like overall. And then the way it is worked out, it ends kind of on a cliffhanger from the villain from the first trade. So it actually kind of works as a flashback.
Nice.
Which volume?
And is that crossover at a trade, or could you not do that because of the deals?
My insane renumbering. So I don't know if I talked to you about this. So I participate in like like Inktober. So I do my own thing every year. I do Drawtober. So every October, I just write a bunch of prompts and I make a story out of it. And that's actually where 2 of the issues in this volume 2 trade came from. And both of the doorways actually came from that as well, because I had borrowed all of those characters, and some people are like, hey, where is that book? And so it's like, oh shit, this is ticking down. Like I need to knock all of those crossovers out. So that's how I figured out how to do doorways during October. The problem was Dragon Skull was already running. And so that the first part was issue 13, and I was just doing Drawtobers, and those books were done. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to release them, and they're just going to be the next numbers in the series, 15 and 16.
Right.
And so people at the shows are all, where's issue 14 at? And I'm like, here's the funny thing. And so I'd have to explain it. And so, yeah, so the crossover ones is actually going to be in the next trade.
Okay.
But as soon as I finish the next issue, 17, then that trade will come out. So
Okay.
by the end of the year, the 4th trade will be out with 4 issues in there as well.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
my
awesome.
crazy numbering, man. It's crazy.
Hey, it's indie. We can do that, right? Like,
Yeah.
How many in your slipcase? How many? Which volumes fit in your slipcase?
The slipcase, it's actually wide enough to fit maybe 6 trades. So if you buy the slipcase and you like the series, you just keep picking it up. It'll fit in the slipcase.
You're a very persuasive man.
Thank you. Thank you.
One of the other things that I think is neat, it's so Image, right? Like, remember when they jumped everybody to 25?
Yeah. Yep. Thank you. Yes. I brought that up all the time when I was doing those Drawtobers. They're all, what number is this? And I would have to explain it. Like, the only time I didn't have to explain it was by the time I got to issue 12, 10 came out. Because
Right.
I had issue 9. It was a 2-part story. So I had to jump to 11. And then issue 10 came out. And then Drawtober happened again. So issue 12 came out. Then I did 13, 2 Drawtobers later. Then I'm back to doing 14. So it's maddening. But I told my writer, I'm doing primarily the writing now. I kind of have a co-writer.
Right.
But I told him, like, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing the Drawtober thing. It keeps fucking up the numbering. It's driving me insane. It's driving people insane. I'm just not going to do it. So sticking with standard numbering, but I would bring that up a lot. I'm like, remember when Image jumped to 25 on certain
Right.
titles? I was like, yeah, I'm kind of doing that.
No, it's cool. And the other, since we talked about Eric Larson earlier, I don't know if you know. I'm sure Sebastian knows, but I don't know if everybody else knows. There's 2 issue 25s of Savage Dragon because he did not want anybody else to write his book because somebody else wrote the 25. I think it was 25.
Oh, I thought it
he
was
wrote-
13. I think his
It
was
could be
13. Yeah.
which is what.
Yeah, the Jim Lee, the Image X month. Yeah, he couldn't do it. I don't blame him too. Look, Jim Lee's like, he's my childhood hero. He's my favorite artist. I have from when I was younger up until recently. And
Yeah.
I went back and I looked at that and I was just like, I see, number one, I get it. He wants to do it all, but 2, there's a lot of hands in there. It's not Jim.
Yeah.
It's not all Jim. It's like some of it's Jim, but a lot of it's not. I'm like, that's Ryan Benjamin. I'm like, that's
Right.
Brett Booth. Like, I could see the different hands in there. So yeah, I get it.
Well, the other thing to note too is Eric, when he gets to 300, he's going to be the only person who really did 300 because even Cerebrus was just inking towards the end.
Todd did it. Todd did it, but he didn't work on all those books.
I mean, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he's co-writer of everything, but Eric did everything.
Yeah.
Right.
I think in the last couple of years, he's given up like coloring or lettering. I know there's something that he doesn't do anymore, but like the majority of the book is still Eric. So
Yeah, I think the thing that helps the record is the writing and the art. So where like Dave Sim did, he drew Cerebus
Mhm.
and he did the writing, but he had a background artist for everything.
right, for everything.
Up until a certain amount, I think he brought it on after a certain amount, but it's still an amazing feat. But the fact that I'm doing all the art and I'm doing all the writing, it's
Right.
pretty badass. So
It is awesome. He's such a great storyteller. I recently collected all of his Spider-Man books. It's just such a huge body of work.
yeah, he's the white whale. I really would love to get Savage Dragon in my book. So
I think that's really doable. Did you talk to Rich?
I did talk to Rich, yeah. So he was
Oh.
just like, you can talk to him, send him a message. He's pretty reasonable. And then I've seen a couple of other creators. I think it's John was Pascani, I think is his last name.
A lot of people have done it.
these.
But
You
I've
got,
had the same thing as you, Scott, where I messaged Eric, didn't get a reply, and then some people get replies. I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm mentally working on the pitch and see how I can work him in. From what I understand from John was like, he got the permission. It's like, you just can't advertise it. He could be in your book. You just can't advertise about it. And I'm like, that's a weird stipulation, but I'll take anything. Like if I'm able to get Dragon in my book, I'm pumped about it. So
Eric Larson is in my Gmail contacts from forever ago when I did. I used to do like comic journalism, and I worked for a couple different sites and did whatever, and I'd interviewed him, and I always look at it and think I should just delete it because I'm like, 10 years later I can't just email him out of the blue and be like, hey, I wrote about a bug, can I use the whatever, and because I'm not brave enough to ask for Dragon, but I don't delete it because it's got that same picture like used on most of his with him like reaching out.
Right.
So I like
Oh, yeah.
seeing it
I love
when I
that image.
scroll through.
Yeah,
Dude,
don't
I would,
delete it, man.
I would write the
Don't delete
shit out of Freak Force. You give me Freak Force,
Oh,
Jay.
He's got so many cool characters, man. Did you guys read that era of Savage Dragon? Like
Yeah.
The 2010s? Oh man, that stuff was on fire. I was like, this is fantastic.
I
how
read
come
it
people
now. I
weren't
don't
talking
understand
about
the
that?
porn, but I read it. I don't understand it, but I read it.
That is my issue. It's like, look, man, I'm not a prude, but I'm like, this is every issue, man. Like every issue,
Right.
someone's got to lose their tops or their bottoms. I was like,
Oh yeah, he went a bit off for a while, and then when they did all those like blind bag covers that each one was more and more disturbed, it was like, it's like, oh, there's just an orgy on the cover, but it's painted gorgeously. All right,
I seen the covers of those, like the one that says you can remove at your own risk. I've never seen them. I don't know what they look like. Those are definitely. I have all the singles like right here in my drawers, but I don't have those. And it's like, and I don't want them. I don't need those kinds of things.
Yeah,
I like the alluded stuff. Like there was stuff like when the main dragon, not the son,
Malcolm.
when not Malcolm. So when the first dragon was around, I liked the implied with a lot of stuff. And it's like he wasn't too graphic with things, and I was like, this is the perfect amount. I'm not a prude. I like, sex in comics is completely fine, but like just it's a lot these days. It's a lot. I still buy it. It's just a lot.
Yeah, I don't know why he's so horny, but that's fine. That's fine.
It's a horny old man.
You do you, Eric, buddy. I support you.
It's
Can't wait
better
for 300.
It's better when you think of all those explicit panels, and he drew them with that way he holds the pen.
Holding two pens that way.
But what I like about if you're reading it, like he'll trick you for a couple issues. He'll be like, "Oh, look, like we're kind of alluding to it, but we're not actually doing it." And then like 3 issues in, like, look at me, remember me? I was like, "That's Mickey Mouse. Why is Mickey Mouse doing this?"
Like the current storylines.
The joke that literally happened. Mickey Mouse did it.
It's true.
Yeah. Thank goodness, like his run with Popeye has been normal. I'm like, okay, I think he just did one issue with Popeye, and that was like, okay, Popeye's. Well, I think he made him kind of a cuck. Like Olive Oil was on a date with someone. I'm like, well, at least he's not trying to molest anyone. Like,
All right. So last but not least, I have Summit Upheaval number 1 and 2. If you have not backed Summit before, now is your time. Like I said, I just showed you guys. I'll go big again. The Summit universe is growing. You don't know, we have currently 4 books that are fully printed. We have 2 more that are going out to 3 more that are going out to backers by the end of the month. Lots of stuff happening in the Summit universe. Love you get involved if you haven't. Summit Universe is a new indie superhero comic company collaboration. Lots of fun. Sebastian's in it. And Upheaval has joined it. And I don't join anybody, if you guys know me. I tend not to join things. So if I'm part of it, it's got to be something. And in fact, not only am I part of it, I decided to become the publisher and CEO.
Yeah,
So
when he says he joined it, he kind of mean he took the seat at the top. He is the Summit. He came in.
I was confused for a second. I was like, I thought this was Travis's thing.
Yeah.
He got tired of everybody saying what they were going to do, and he's like, no, if this is going to work, fine, just give me the big chair and.
Like, who else would it be? Like, you don't ask Green Arrow to run the Justice League, Like,
I mean, he has run the Justice League. Let's not get cocky there. It was Bendis's run. Nobody liked it. So.
Oh, was it? Oh, I didn't know that.
Kind of. He was running it in the sub books, not in the actual Justice League. But he did have his own Justice. It was very confusing. We don't talk about it. It's like Bruno.
Nice.
So Upheaval is about this young girl. Her name's Poppy. Poppy, like most superheroes, have dead parents because you know your parents have to die for you to have anything exciting happen to you. However, maybe one is alive. Dun dun dun. And because of this dead parent, she's trying to get information and finds out she has drones that she can control with her mind. How can she do that? What makes her special? Find out in the issues of Upheaval. We are funding. We are working through it. We are almost to our stretch goal, $200 to get our first stretch goal. It's going to be very cool. Wait, are you calling Travis basically? Yes, he's calling me Batman.
I was calling him Superman, actually. I was
Oh,
giving him
don't do
more
that.
difference,
Fred.
but that's fine.
Fred.
No, that's not how Travis runs his Justice League. Travis is
I have contingency plans to remove everyone.
Travis is the X-Men Lord, and as the blue bug boy on the team, I get very nervous sometimes.
But I'm going to share it out. Please, if you want to support my book, that would be great. I am back. We're going to be doing these every week. So people, if you want to come back on, that's fine. Sebastian, you need to meet with me next week so I can go over your campaign in person. So figure that out because I am back from all the tours and doing stuff. But thanks, guys, for hanging out tonight. I had a good time.
Thanks for having
How'd that
us.
tour go, man? Everything go well?
Thank you for everything, everybody. You guys are all awesome. Good luck with your project.
Yeah, Scott, it went well. We had a couple of duds, a couple of promises that weren't able to meet, but that's okay because we got to travel and meet, go into new areas and meet new creators. So we always make positives even on negative situations, you know.
Oh yeah, man.
So, but for the most part, they were all very, very well received. I'm hoping to be on the West Coast this year. I'm
Comic
trying
table
to
and
get to Rose
lemonade
City.
stand.
I don't know if you do Rose City. What's that, Sebastian?
Travis's comic table and lemonade stand, because when life hands him lemons, he just makes lemonades and sells comics.
Yeah, because you can't sell other things.
Yeah.
It's your body.
But
Sorry, I don't know
thank
where
you
we're
guys for
going
hanging out. I hope everybody got something out of it. I'm going to go to bed because I've been up since 4. And I will see most of you whoever wants to come back next week.
Right
Thank
on.
you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
You too.
Night.
All right. How do I leave?
Good night, guys.
Night, Fred.
Thanks
You're
for
all
having
right,
me.
buddy. I'm just making fun of you. You're okay.
It's okay. I know. Although you did throw me for a loop yesterday. I'm like, when you did the emote or the GIF back, I was like, how do I interpret that? But
We're good. All right. Let me end the stream.
all right,
Stick
buddy.
around for a second.
yeah.